and Steve O'Reilly picking up Peter Everett.
Adrian, who do you like?
I think I'd have to go for the Dockers. They're very keen to make up for that embarrassing fade out last week against Richmond. Both sides are wearing black armbands in honour of Anzac Day. It's going to be a beauty, I think.
So away we go. Bounce of the ball. Burton goes up and knocks it down. Callaghan only as far as Winmar, but a free kick to Callaghan taken high. Plays on immediately, and the Dockers want to go. Toya will come back again to Callaghan.
Over his mark, yeah.
Getting a few early touches. Down towards half forward he goes. Up in front, Waterhouse, who started very well last week against the Tigers. Live Waterhouse. This will test him. As I said at the outset, very still night here. Very sticky night. From 53 metres, Waterhouse thumps it a long way. It's a goal.
Well, he's a player that I've been perhaps a little critical of in some of his endeavours with the Dockers since he's come from Adelaide. I sense that he's been just a one-effort type of player, never had the recovery to go back for a second or a third. And his judgment there to take that mark was very good, and the finish, as Dennis said, better still to top that off. Well done.
And Glenn Coghlan has just come onto the ground, replacing Matthew Young, so obviously Stan Elves looking for a different matchup in defence. Burton. Allen out of the centre square. Kicks long. Danger here again for St Kilda. Bad bounce. Here's Waterhouse. First goal, his confidence is high. Kicked off the ground by Cripps.
On the bench for the Dockers, we have Gale, Durkay and young Heath Black, who's closest to the camera.
So currently 29 degrees. Expected minimum overnight 16. Callaghan tackled by Burke. Peckett over the top. We've got a ball up some 45 metres out from the Dockers goal.
And good to see Ben Allen starting on the ground in the centre. Umpires there, Grant Vernon, Mark McKenzie and Michael Avon.
So Coghlan just on the ground for the Saints. Delaney beaten by Winmar, hands and knees. Daniels over the top of the ball as well, all tied up. Wills appeals for the free kick, but he'll get another ball up.
Saints bench there, which includes
Matthew Young's there.
Yes,
we
with
see Luke
Thompson
Beveridge
and Beveridge. That's right, Cobo.
and Russell Green. AFL over 300 games sitting on the bench as well.
Coghlan held without it, will take the free kick to Burke. Sends play towards the outer side. Over the top, Burton falls in front. Bodies go in. Well done by Big Cook. Picked it up well. Under pressure now inside his own defensive 50. Penalised for holding the ball. Tough on the big man.
But Callaghan getting some early touches, which they were critical of some of their smaller players, particularly in that last quarter last week, the Dockers, so he's wanting to atone.
From about 55 down towards full forward. Knocked down in front. Coghlan spins out of trouble. Nicely done. Winmar away to Harvey. Through half back. Pops it out towards the outer side wing. Sliding low. Plays on immediately. Burke hugs the boundary with a kick down towards half forward. Coming up, McGovern. Hand passes, well, to his own advantage, I guess. Back to Toya. There was a push in the back, I fancy, on the outer side. Now a throw is called against the Dockers. And it will be a free out there to Nathan Burke, who started well. Now 50. Well, that's interesting because I think there was reason for indecision there. I certainly was a little confused. The players were too, but not taken into account.
So Nathan Burke will be shooting now from just on 50. Lead from Peckett's been ignored. Also one from Gray. Stewie Lowe in the square, goes short looking for Healy, and he's got him. Well, he's only played the 3 games since coming to St Kilda, Roscoe. He's had a lot of knee and groin injuries.
Yes, he's a player who's a tallish player coming from Central Districts, and just gives him another dimension. It's a good kick, good distance with his kick. But I agree with Dennis, I was a bit confused about that 50. I thought the players were as confused and therefore it wasn't really necessary.
So Healy from 40 metres has kicked a point. So the crowd's starting to build up here at Subiaco. McGovern, short, finds Clement. Really found his niche across half-back last year. Looks for Callaghan, one of the young guns of Fremantle. Norwich Rising Star nomination. Wins the hard ball. Kicks up to the half-forward line. Bandy's the target. Punched away. Brown at ground level. Trianides tries to paddle the ball along. Norwich does well. Can't beat 3. So Heatley just tumbles the ball back, looking for Stewie Lowe. Spider Burton's in. Here comes Winmar. Can he set it up wide? Looking for Healy. He's got him again. Wants to go over the top onto that raking left foot. Long bomb. Minor score.
Good play by Winmar just to get that ball squared and give Healy a chance to run it. He was called to play on by his skipper, Nathan Burke. Just a bit off target.
McGovern to bring it back in then. Dock is up by 4 points. McGovern short, close to the boundary line. Wills back in the side this week. In the back pocket. Half-distance kick around the outer side. Daniels leads back in the race. Norwich having a good year close to the line. Can't keep it in. So boundary throw in. Top 10 performer in the AFL this season, Jason Norwich. Only 6 players have had more handballs. So he's been busy. Right on the wing. Rucks go at it. Burton in front. Hard to combat. Thumps at about 30 metres. Coming to meet it, Cripps. Juggles it across the line.
Craig Callaghan matching Nathan Burke at the moment, and Ben Allen running with Robert Harvey. That won't last all night. There'll be some rotations. Keep an eye on that.
Big Spider, 210 centimetres. That's just over 6'10 and a half. Brown hasn't got it, surely. He'll get the free. Brown towards the middle. Peckett kept his cool. Good judgment there. Well-weighted kick too. Peckett down towards half-forward. Daniels surrounded by Dockers. Needs assistance. Has problems. Good tackle laid by Callaghan. Going very well. Kickett's hand pass wide of the mark. Leach, great control. Kept his balance. Back to Kickett. Kickett spirals it down towards half-forward. Waterhouse up very high. Could have almost been a free. Cripps the crumbs. Interesting. Hand passes across towards Brown. Quickly on. Cook. The hand pass not good. Kickett picks it off. Hand passes to his own advantage. Falling to the ground. He thumps it away. It's taken by Gray. Gray floats it back towards half-forward. Clever. Stewie Lowe in front, about 65 metres out.
And already looking dangerous at centre half forward. Goes wide. He's looking for Brown. He's got it. One of the 3 amigos. Brown, Smith and Jones. Goes short. This is a poor attempt. Norwich does well. Heatley screws it around. Take the win of the VC, stands under this. Aussie Jones all tied up. And we've got a ball up.
A good look here at Clive Waterhouse getting high here. Just unfortunately, we're not getting to him quickly enough.
Spider Burton rockets the hand pass out wide towards the boundary line. Harding traps it. Hugs the boundary line towards Bandy. Gray kicks back towards the half-forward line, but surely he stepped over the line. So the Dockers, 1 straight goal, leading St Kilda 2 points. We see Young and Beveridge and Thompson warming up for the Saints. Already made an early change with Young coming off the ground in the first 30 seconds, being replaced by Glenn Coughlin. Just for some team balance in defence. Burton against Cook. Brown the tackler on Callaghan, and we've got a ball up.
That is the tactic of 1997, is it not? When your mate's on the deck, jump on and tackle him. No rule covers that one. There's the bounce out towards the wing. Burton knocks it down. Toya slides in. Another whistle. Dockers by 4 points. Thanks to Clive Waterhouse and his goal. The only one in the game. Bounce. Good one too. Over the top, Burton. Smith's got it. Burke. Down towards half-forward with a kick. Wayward one, though. Out of bounds on the full.
I thought he might have gone to his left-hand side, Burke, then, because he was crowded on the right, and therefore the kick was pushed to the boundary. Left foot kick would have got him back inside the corridor.
Burke and now Wills. He kicks it up towards the wing. Bounces in towards the centre square. Leach couldn't control it. Gray strongly, well played. Loose ball in that centre square. Allen hurriedly out towards the wing. Callahan's got it. In everything. Callahan down towards half forward. In front, Delaney has the pace. Went across the line. So boundary throw in. Fremantle favourites tonight. $1.50 for your dollar. St Kilda $2.40. Not a bad price for the Saints. Clean possession to Cook. Did nicely. Twisting, turning, away to Jones. Aussie has a bounce. Looping hand past Brown. Stretches, takes it, runs through the wing, down towards half forward. Kicks inside the 50. Beautiful finish. That's the knock against the Saints. Sometimes their disposal. Winmar polishes well. Back to Smith, who was involved on the outer side.
Yes, just continue to run like a Robert Harvey's movement forward, and just pushed up, knowing that Nicky, the kick coming to him was a spot on one. And Winmar in turn very quickly, as you should when you're in that area, to see what's on lead for you.
Joel Smith. This for the lead. Slides it across the face. So the margin is 3 points. The Dockers on top.
Looks to have an enormous future, Smith. Playing his 45th game tonight. One of the young players that Stan Alves is trying to build this St Kilda side around. Short to Wills, playing his 93rd game tonight. 2 losing grand finals for the Cats. He's been in good form so far this year.
Well, Wills was very slow to see Shane Parker 20 metres in front of him for the pass.
So he goes to Callahan, who's loose. Got a chance to go over the top to kick it. He loves to run out of defence, gets a bad bounce. Aussie Jones is quick. A roll of the shoulders by Kickett. Back to Callahan. The Dockers up to 50. Waterhouse is the target. Punched away by Cripps. Delaney at ground level, pounced on it. Hand pass to Waterhouse, put him under pressure. Winmar the tackler. Cripps dispossessed. Aussie Jones got it out to Brown. Winmar tackled high, no free kick. So the Dockers hunting in numbers inside the centre square. Peckett should clean up, overruns the ball. Leach goes over the top of Coughlin. Daniels to Gray. So St Kilda equal to the challenge. Tumbles the ball back. Stewie Lowe already has taken a couple of grabs. McGovern, the Spider, the cold hero of Fremantle, thumps the ball back towards centre half forward. White's the high flyer, tapped it onto Delaney, quick onto his boot. Burke, caught by Leach, tackling's ferocious. Delaney's got it, quick hands, knocked on by White, stacks on the mill. We've got a ball up inside 50. It looks like an injury here to Peckett. Peckett looks like he's maybe off with the blood rule.
He's hobbling as well as copping on the eye from a teammate by looks as well. And Quentin Leach coming over the top trying to avoid him. Made some accidental contact. So Young to come back on.
Peckett's still on the ground and play goes on. That's interesting. Will, strong tackle. White stubs it down towards the goal. It runs and runs. Parker gets back right on the line. Can't keep it in. Well, what were the Saints doing there, or what were the umpires doing? Because Peckett was still 20 metres on the ground. He was where the ball was being bounced just moments before, and play restarted.
Yeah, so if it's the blood rule that he's come off for, they should wait for his right off the ground and the man to replace him.
Cripps up towards the wing. Lowe's in front. Brilliantly played. Back to Harvey. Rubb's playing against these Dockers. An opportunity to work it forward. Healy's kick was smothered. Toya goes down. Taken high. He'll get the free. Robert Harvey has averaged 30 possessions a game against the Dockers, including 35 last season. Kick towards half forward. One-handed attempt. Juggled brilliantly by White. Came off in the second term last week. Heavy fall. Got very high. Seems to be okay. Kicks a floater inside the 50. Going back Shanahan. Great defender. Juggles the mark. Resolute to Winmar. In short towards the pocket. Trianides. Short one up towards the defensive 50. This is Young on the ground. Gets it across to support Coughlin. Healy, looping hand pass, well worked by the Saints. Kick comes down towards half forward from Cripps. The pitch is just outside the 50. Ricochets back inside the centre square. McGovern got it across to kick it to Harding. Chips it out wide, they can get the loose man. Wills about 60 metres out to Saints to have a run. Runs to 50, Bacon, goal square. Wide of the target.
Well, they nearly got the goal they wanted, but by gee, they go wide quickly. The kick going out to Will should have been more direct through the centre. They had a player up forward. They could have kicked two. Still, nearly came off.
So Aussie Jones kicks the ball out wide to Smith, his partner in crime. Been picking up some possessions back to Nathan Burke. That's possession number 5, averages 27 so far this season. Looking for Lowe at centre half forward. Brown couldn't take it. Parker can. To McGovern. To Callahan, who's been handy. And finds Delaney. Smack bang in the centre of Subiaco. Kicks up towards centre half forward. Here comes White. Couldn't take it. Gray cleans up. Tumbles the ball out wide. Sets it up for Kickett. Beaten by Brown. So poor play by Kickett. Brown tumbles the ball back, but a free kick could be paid down the field, or it just might come back.
It's going to come back, I think, Kevin, because infringement by Toyer over the shoulder, but Kickett really should have controlled that ball. He was just a little casual.
So Brown has the chance to kick inside 50. Lowe's the target. Punched away by Parker. Harvey, quick hands to Daniels. Scrappy old kick. Spider Burton does well. Trapped it. Great agility for the tallest man ever to play the game. Bandy brought to ground. Cripps. Too strong. Threw off the tackle. Here's Harvey. Rolls the shoulders. Inside the pocket. Hot shot at goals. Right across the face. We've got a boundary throw in. Tony Brown coming off for the Saints. And young Thompson comes on. He's got a good number.
Thrown in. Burton at the top of Cook. Heatley, did he have the ball? Still he goes. Snaps. Good effort. Behind, it was touched. I think it also missed. Very familiar with this ground. Not only with the West Coast Eagles, but of course Subiaco.
Well, got a free kick before he picked up the ball anyway for being held not in possession.
Andrew McGovern taking plenty of time. Precise. Oh, that is perfect. Kicker. Short. Toyer came on last week and played very well. Toyer. Callahan. Callahan now his 8th possession. Across the ground they come. Clement to Burton. Big roar. Burton. Short, ill-directed. Knocked away by Coughlin. Taken by Everett. Everett. Long kick, about 50 metres worth, but directly to Kickett. Right on his defensive 50 to McGovern. He runs away from half-back. Chips it out towards the wing. Wills is there. Well done by Jones. Down in front, Thompson. Awkward hand pass. Harvey has got some time. Comes away. Kicks towards half-forward again. Low. Strong grab. It's about 55 metres out. Burton back towards the square. Saints not represented down there, so Lowe is waiting. He's waiting still.
It's only Heatley.
There's 2 Dockers down there and no Saints. He has to go short. He does to Winmar. Now Winmar's got the same problem. Although the Saints drift down there now. So
well, in fact, Stewie Lowe should run down there and actually make certain he gets in the goal square as well.
Well, Everett's there now, so they do have some height. Here's Winmar, a kick from about 55. Capable of getting this one too. Not a bad effort. That's a magnificent kick. What a beauty.
Well, that was probably going to be the best option, because if he was confident in his ability to make the distance from about 56 or 7 metres, which has ended up being, carried through comfortably. If they had made the square, there was a heap of congestion there with Everett and Lowe and Spider Burton. Durkay is on. Spider Burton off. Cook is off. St Kilda and Beveridge on.
The Saints by 2 points. Winmar's first goal. Also for the Saints, 1-4-10. Lead the Dockers 1-2-8. Allen Court.
Too high, he's got the free kick.
So he has got the free. So a knee injury last year. Looks like a good comeback by Ben Allen. Goes wide. Looking for Durkay. The kicks are poor ones being marked by Robert Harvey. So kicks wide. Lowe's already taken 3 marks. O'Reilly. Lowe does well. got a chance to feed it off to Spider Burton. Check side kick inside 50. Heatley backing back with Clement. Needs a kind bounce. Well played by Clement.
Yes, with Spider Burton off the ground, Jeff White into the ruck. Everett into the ruck for St Kilda. Gray off. Now Toya comes off for the Dockers and Heath Black on for his first run tonight, and Trianides is off for St Kilda and Brown on for his replacement.
They're ringing the changes very hot here at Subiaco tonight. It's been a hot day in Perth. Burke back to Brown, hard up on the boundary line, forced over. So we'll go down to Adrian Barrich on the boundary line to tell us what's wrong with Justin Peckett.
Yeah, KB, not too much drama for him actually. He came off with the blood rule after that head collision, just some butterfly clips and maybe the odd stitch for a cut around the eye, but he should be right to resume. No real drama.
Gray, quick kick back to low, goes to the ground. O'Reilly, Western Ferris winner last year to kick it. The runner-up, across to Wills. So he kicks to space, finds Allen. Starting to look dangerous. Kicks long. Chance for Waterhouse over around the ball. Here's Black just onto the ground, goes to ground. Picked up by Daniels, caught, great tackle. Black dispossessed, thrown to the ground. We've got a free kick. Daniels.
It's going to the Dockers.
Is a bit upset.
Quentin Leach here, who applies to tackle from the ground.
Great
And
tackle.
yes, had prior opportunity, as the rule now states, to get rid of the ball to Jason Daniels. Grant Vernon pinged him for holding the ball.
Well, he missed the last 9 games last year with a broken jaw, Quentin Leach. He's been their leading kick winner this year. He's also kicked 6 goals. And he bangs it through.
Well, I think he's been their best player, Kevin, this season. He's predominantly played forward. Yeah, we see this again, just to the strength, the tackle around the waist, even though he missed Daniels' arms, who did the wrong thing anyway to handball back towards the square. So an important goal.
Well, the desperation of a former backman getting the Dockers a goal right there. Well done by Leach. Up goes White to slap it down. Burke dives in. Delaney knocks it out. Healy getting some touches down towards half forward. Low, hands to it, couldn't hang on. Cleared a path though for Jones. He's 60 metres out. Clever kick. Smith, great concentration. Had a bit to think about there and did very well.
Yes, unfortunately, we see this again. Just taking the flight of the ball. Greg Harding got back very quickly too to cover Nicky Winmar, who was clear in the square if the pass had come over.
Saints down by 3 points. Joel Smith, nice kick.
We'll get a reward this time with St Kilda for getting inside 50. They've had most of the play so far in this quarter. Just haven't been able to convert accurately enough. O'Reilly now with the job on Stewie Lowe, who made a bit of a path there. And Jones to Smith. Could well have gone over the top to Winmar, which we don't see on the screen there. Went back, finished off anyway.
Already having an impact on the game with 3 marks and 4 possessions plus a goal. So the Saints by 3 points. White with that enormous leap, doing well at the centre bounce. Gray tried to crash his way through. Picked up by Allen. Looking for Bandy. Waited for it. Burke, hands and knees. Desperate competitor. Healy over the top. So's Delaney. And we've got a ball up on centre wing. Justin Peckett on screen after coming off for the blood rule.
So Daniel Bandy just needs to get hold of the footy cleanly first up and not get rid of it before he's actually got hold of it. He'll get that confidence back.
Everett versus White. White does his own roving. Runs to the point of the square. The kick's a poor one. Waterhouse in front. Got his hands on the share and couldn't take it. Cripps is quick. Great tackle by Waterhouse. Gray just tumbles the ball forward, looking for Smith. It was held. Harding takes it. Goes short. Oh, and Quentin Leach takes the mark.
Great reading of the flight of the ball there by Leach. You could see the ball as Norris comes off was going to go over Dan Parker's head. Play on was given as the free kick was allowed to Harding. As we see this again, Advantage paid. At least just read that beautifully. Flight of the ball. Bit of class there.
Better known as a defender last year before breaking his jaw, but making his mark as a forward this year, and he's hit the post. So a very enthusiastic crowd at Subiaco as Daniels prepares to bring the ball back for the Saints. Everett's his target. White from behind, the high flyer, got a hand to it. Ground level, Aussie Jones. Got great pace. Drills it towards Beveridge just off the interchange bench. Jones paddles the ball long in front. Low. Around the corner. Coghlan showed enormous courage running with the flight of the ball. Thompson. It's a wild hand pass towards the boundary line, taken over by O'Reilly.
Deserved better there. Great courage by Glenn Coghlan. Did not look. So a throw in right on the 50. Stan Alves around the boundary. Can they sneak a late goal here? White over the top knocks it down. Harvey couldn't control it. Brown back to Harvey. Callahan got him. Strong tackle. Well played. Harding over the ball to the voice of Allen. Allen comes away from half back. Just over a minute to go. So a chance for the Dockers at the opposite end. Allen through the centre square. Kicks well inside the 50. One out contest. Waterhouse almost. Black skids. Gets to his feet. He's hit the post.
She deserved better too. Great work in the footy by the Dockers, getting it out of defence there. Ben Allen calling for some shepherding assistance. Nearly a mark to Waterhouse, and the crumbs beautifully picked up by Black, and just couldn't quite get the ball on his boot in the correct fashion. He knows where to go though.
Just playing his second game, Heath Black from the Oakley Chargers. Freo's first choice in the national draft. As the Saints bring the ball back, this time Everett too tall for White. So we've got two Spiders on the ground tonight. One Everett, one Burton. O'Reilly with a big fist from behind. Does well at ground level. Gets plenty of support from Harding. Always cleans up. Kicks a poor one. Set it up for Wills. Black to White. Ran into trouble. To Durkay. Inside 50. Can he set it up? Got a ball up. Just couldn't quite handle the ball cleanly.
If he had got hands on it, he would have had players to his left, two of them as options to quickly get the feet off too.
Playing his first game for the season. Durkay. Everett. Towards Gale. Taken by Durkay around the corner. The siren sounds to end a very entertaining first term, with St Kilda leading by a point, 25-17. Fremantle 2-4-16.
Well, I think St Kilda, with the play they had, Stan Alves would have been looking for a better score on the board than what they got. Some of their conversion just a little bit untidy. The Dockers, by the same token, towards the end just composed themselves a little more, got their setup better, and started to get the ball out of the centre, and Ben Allen's done it
right at the moment. From the Dockers' point of view, Neesham's talking about the blocks that are being provided. Players aren't capitalising on the blocks. If there's a block on, run to the protection, carry the ball, use it long, but make sure you carry the ball and use your block and kick to someone in a better position. Very instructional, Jared Neesham, and I was quite impressed actually. But this quarter, I don't know how it's going to go. I think it's still going to be nip and tuck. Back to you.
Okay, Adrian.
Still missing their targets though. I think the Dockers at times when they get the ball, they win it, win the hard ball, win it well. Just sometimes kicking too high or too wide to the wrong side of their teammate. Still, they're getting it. Always an area you can improve on.
Local time, it's just gone 7:15, and we showed you that temperature in the opening term, 29 degrees. There's the eternal flame. Don't need that to have the warmth tonight. Start of the second term. 2-5, 2-4. White has to wait for it. And was taken late, was he? That's the call. So White will get the free. Everett kept on coming. This is Gale going down towards half forward. Waterhouse, an opportunity here. How will it bounce? Well taken by Bandy. Feeds it back to Laney. Here's a chance for Black. Natural left footer. Great finish.
Great movement of the football. Well done. Good clean use of the ball. And to get it to the end result, someone like Black can finish off. Bandy attacked a good clean touch. That's what I wanted him, suggesting he should do before. Not wanting him, suggested he should do before. Get hold of it first, then get rid of it. And Black will always finish off well.
Looks a very classy performer.
Good balance.
A youngster from Victoria. He's already hit the post in the first term after starting on the interchange bench. So he's doing well. Everett gets his fist to the ball. Here's Black again. Dangerous inside that centre square. White pumps the ball back towards centre half forward. Coughlin's there. Punched away by Durkay. Daniels has got it. Waterhouse the tackler. Cripps has to throw the ball on the boot. Here's Robert Harvey having a big duel with Ben Allen. Kicks the ball back towards centre half forward. In his sights is low. He's already taken 3 marks at ground level. Smith pumps the ball out wide. Harvey never stops running. Falls over the critical moment. Delaney, desperate, heads towards the boundary line. Aussie Jones keeps the ball in. Delaney. It's a hurried kick. Burke couldn't take it. Kicked off the ground by Allen. Inside the square, here's Black with pace. Clever play, straight onto the boot. Coughlin running with the flight of the ball. Caught by Durkay. Brought down inside 50. They want a free. They'll get a ball up.
It's great maturity for a fellow like Black to put that ball on his boot so quickly, knowing he's under pressure. And then a good tackle by Gary Durkay, using his pace to advantage to keep the ball inside 50.
So a chance for the Dockers. Parker in the ruck. Burke always wins the tough ball. Heads towards the boundary line. Cripps will get support from Brown. Kicks back towards the wing. Harding couldn't take a one-hander. Aussie Jones is quick, loves to set it up. Long raking hand pass. Winmar needs a bounce. He's already kicked a goal. Goes wide, looking for Heatley. He's got it. I dare say, Roscoe, he's kicked a lot of goals from this particular spot.
This might just test him. It was a good pass, and that's how he's always going to get most of his kicks. He's on the lead. He does read it well and get himself into space. Delaney is off. Toya back on for the Dockers. Nathan Burke's got a bit of a limp up too, just in the previous contest on half-back.
The century goals here for Subiaco. So Heatley, the kick is going to lob in the square. Punched away. Thompson came off the interchange bench. Back to Aussie Jones, and he's kicked it.
Yes, you've got to man up in front of goal, and the ball sits up in the goal square for the taller players to go for the marking contest. The medium to smaller sized players in front must be manned up. Backs on forwards, obviously. Here, Thompson, who's had very little influence so far coming off the bench, just has an option coming back into play. Those players should be covered.
As it was at quarter time, Saints by a point. Centre square infringement. St Kilda to get the free. Big Peter Everett. Giant of a man alongside the centre circle. Probing kick well inside the 50. Lowe stood his ground in front. This is Parker, who did so well against Matthew Richardson last week. Chips it out wide. Toya, a little indecisive. Gathered it pretty well. Controlled it nicely in the end. Gets it to Wills. Comes away from half-back towards the middle and White. White the ability to run away from Everett. Inside the centre square then, down towards half-forward. Waterhouse, beautiful kick. Found its mark. Plays on Toya. Is virtually run half the length of the ground. Looking for Bandy. It ricochets over the top. Shanahan crashes out of defence. Burke, great carriage, went back to find it. Burke on the wing towards half-forward. Low. Not easy to mark that one. Burke runs on. The hand pass wide of the target though. Allen busy. Back towards O'Reilly. Forward of half-back. The short one finds Toya. He's right on the wing. Wills runs for him. That's the direction the kick takes. Wills just forward of the wing to Callahan. Behind him. Spins around now. Kicks inside the 50. Parker couldn't control it. Found it on the ground. Durkay goes looking for Waterhouse. Waterhouse about 40 metres out. Reefs it back in. Lost it eventually. Coughlin to Peckett. Peckett clears the zone up towards the wing. O'Reilly, was he tripped? Play goes on. Callahan to White. White on the wing. Short one towards half forward. Wills has to wait. Winmar desperately, but not in time according to the umpire.
On the shoulder.
So Wills has the ball between the lines. Wants to go. There's the infringement. Wills kick meantime inside the 50 again. Durkay camped in front of the pack. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Goal.
Well, the reward for effort finally coming. 3 or 4 sorties inside 50 in the last couple of minutes. Players getting hands on the ball, unable to control a mark or a ball on the ground. And again, the mark going through hands, but Durkay, good balance. In good form with Perth. East Fremantle, I should say. In the West Star rules.
28 plays 23. Fremantle by 5 points. Bandy's had a couple of chances to mark. Here come the Dockers once more. Callahan just didn't hit its target. Toya, the tackler, ties it up with Daniels, and we've got a ball up inside the centre square.
Yes, it's those sorts of marks that you've got to try and hold. If you're on a lead like that, you rarely get the opportunity to have the ball in front of your face like that. You've got to grab them.
Everett versus White. Burke. Through a lot of possessions. Toya. Little terrier to Leach. Gets it back to Toya. Oh, goes to ground. Everett comes crashing through, flex the muscles, gives it across to Young. Great vision, goes wide, finds Smith inside the square. Going to ground was Heatley. Parker will take the ball over. So we've got a boundary throw in just inside 50. So a chance for St Kilda. Parker on screen. White looks to have a fantastic future. Gives it across to Clement. He's pretty handy across half back. Kicks to space, looking for Harding. Peckett made it a contest. Harding recovers first, bounces along. 2 bounces along centre wing. Wants to kick along. Here's a chance for Bandy. He's got the set. Couldn't take it on the second grab, wasting opportunities. Ball kicked over the line by Coghlan.
Great assist by Quentin Leach on the half-back flank too. Magnificent stuff. Just got his body in the way of 2 Saints players who are looking to get hold of Greg Harding.
Toya knocks it out. Gale. Now Durkay to Allen. Off a step on the 50. Down towards full forward. Gray goes back and takes a very clever mark. Troy Gray. Well done. Kicks towards the outer side. Harvey edged underneath it. Callahan. Now Callahan close to the boundary line. Spears the pass along that line. Gale's got it now. Gale would be about 55 metres out. Too far out to score, I'd suggest, although at the distance, but in quest of it, tugged it well left.
Yes, went out to the right initially, then trying to bring it back in, just too harshly left. Just a lack of care, really.
So Gray out of the back pocket. It's very high towards the outer side. Black tried to fist away, but Healy did very well. Good grab. Down towards the wing goes the kick. O'Reilly battles with Lowe. Kick it. He's been very good to Leach. Well, he didn't see the man coming. Just got away from Heatley. Kicks it across the ground. Harding on the wing then. Harding down towards half forward to space in front of Wills. He can take it and go. It won't sit. Tries to keep it in. Interesting. Out of bounds is the call. Wry smile from Andrew Wills and that supporter. That was very close.
And we see Jason Daniels on the boundary line. Walking around. Wills caught. Shanahan flexed the muscles, gave it across. Harvey. So St Kilda working hard in defence. Healy over the top. Kicked off the ground by Bandy. Taken over by Gale. So we'll get a report on Jason Daniels from Adrian Barrage.
Yes, KB, he's popped his shoulder actually. They've had to put it back in, and looks like he's got a giant ice pack. Looks like he's got a humpback at the moment, but ice pack on his shoulder. I don't think you'll see him for the rest of the game, mate.
Healy from that last line of defence kicks back towards Brown. Harvey never stops running, kicks the ball back towards half-forward line. He's got low in his sights. Got a boundary throw in. So on Monday night, 11 p.m, talking footy, must viewing. 4-4-28 Fremantle, the Saints 3-5-23. Stephen O'Reilly looks to be a little bit groggy.
Blood rule, I think, is it?
There's been a couple of times this year, Dennis, where before the player comes off the ground and the reserve comes on and takes up his position, the umpires have bounced the ball and allowed play to go on.
Now, there's no rule that says you've got to run off either, is there?
No, exactly. You just take your time.
Happened to Gary Hocking a couple of weeks ago. So you would think in this situation, particularly with a man who's playing on Stuart Lowe, there would be pandemonium in the coach's box, or certainly discussion about what they're going to do. So it's probably in the best interest of the team if the player walks off.
Take their time to settle. Exactly. So Shane Parker's gone back to pick up Lowe again. He started on him. The move came during that first quarter for O'Reilly to go back.
You know what they say though, Roscoe? Fast game's a good game. Throw it in. Knocked behind by Everett. Blacks away. Kicks inside the 50. Gray, was he pushed? Doesn't matter. Healy tidies up and kicks towards the outer side. Smith has it now. Smith's away. Kicks it down towards half forward. White comes in from the side. Low in the opposite direction. Dragged off it. Down he goes. Loose ball on the outer side. Parker to White. And passes out wide. Toya's got it now. Toya around the outer side. Kicks and finds his mark too. About 60 metres from goal. This is Daniel Bandy. A bit further out actually. Kicks inside the 50. Gray goes back. Parker over the top. Waiting behind Callahan in space. Smothered off the boot. It ricochets across towards Waterhouse. And Waterhouse has got his second.
And their pressure in the forward line, the Dockers, has been quite impressive tonight on the second and third effort to keep the ball in play. Callahan, who's had a pretty busy night so far, is at 10 and 2. Waterhouse mopping up. Ben Allen is off for a breather.
So Clive Waterhouse with 2 goals. He's got 4 goals for the season, just playing his 13th game. The former #1 pick in the national draft. So Brown out of the centre square. Low at centre half forward. Just hasn't been able to hold his marks tonight. Got his hand on the ball a number of times. He's taken 3, but I reckon he could have taken about 8. Everett. Healy's been handy. Aussie Jones to Smith inside the centre square. Kicks the ball wide. He's looking for Heatley. He's got it in front of Clement.
He was just a little bit closer in than his previous shot from that side of the ground that landed in the square, so this will still test him.
He's playing his 6th game of AFL football. He's booted 7 goals for the season, so it's in the square. It's punched through. For 1 behind.
And Jeff White's applying good pressure all over the ground. He applied a great tackle in the middle of the ground. Pressure on a St Kilda smaller player, and there just getting back quickly enough to provide the defensive punch.
McGovern, there's Kickett breaking for him. Goes in that direction, and why not? Kickett's having a very good night. Well, that was ambitious but effective to Harding. I'd like to see the percentages on that move. It comes down towards the wing. Loose ball. Healy working against Black. Healy nicely done to Winmar. Skips away. Goes right across the ground. Going back is Peckett. Everett's out there. They've got 3 on 2. Everett doesn't need the extra number. Pulls it back towards Brown. Brown has it at centre half forward. 5-4 to 3-6. Dockers in front. Brown across the ground. Beveridge lets it go on for Burke. Burke pulling rank there just outside the 50. Kick not particularly good. Smith, lovely pick up towards the square. The Saints have got the men down there initially. The Dockers get back. Harding played it well. Gets it across to White. White, a little chip kick out wide. Leach has got it. Norrish goes racing past. That's ignored. Leach, all skill towards Durkay. Durkay the mark. Overcommitted was Cripps. It comes to Black. Across to Delaney. Delaney to Toya. They can rip the heart out of the Saints here. Toya could have run another 50 metres. Goes in short. He had the ball do the work. Terrific stuff. And he finds Parker. And Parker's about 45 metres out.
Yes, if you're looking for the subtle difference to the Dockers game plan, as a lot of people are subjecting their style to, it's that sort of effort where Toya could have run further, as Dennis said. The lead came toward him and he gave it off, which is what your forwards want.
Parker from right on the 50, very deliberate. It's bending back. It's a goal.
And invariably, that's the result you get. Got a forward like Parker who presents himself, the ball comes to him in a correct fashion, he can finish off. Here's the build-up, very good, finding the options. Toya could very well have taken 2 or 3 bounces, drawn a man, but got rid of it first up. They get the goal.
Both sides using the interchange bench. Coughlin off and Cripps on for St Kilda. Smith tried to crash his way through. Toya is very strong for a small guy. Great tackler. Still inside the centre square. Leach bundled over by Peckett. Here's Toya once more. Little terrier. Kicks the ball back towards centre half forward. And here's Waterhouse. Looks an exciting prospect. The lead is on from Bandy. He's got Parker in the square. But he can thump the ball. Gale's off. O'Reilly coming back on.
Should be as good as Anthony Rocket's kick at the MCG today if he gets onto it.
So Waterhouse is booted 2. It's a big bomb. Distance is there, not the accuracy.
It's about 70 metres worth of drop punt, though.
Exactly. And Rocket got 65 with a tour.
Let's go down to Adrian Barrett because the interchange bench has been working overtime.
It sure has, Gabe. It's been pandemonium down here. Stephen O'Reilly, as you saw, just went back on. May have broken his nose, but nothing more than that. A bit groggy and back on Stewie Lowe and ready to take up the battle again.
Kicking short to a contest on the boundary line is not good play. So a boundary throw in. 65 metres around from the Dockers goal. Spider Burton's come on the ground replacing White, so some fresh legs. Brown back inside the centre square. Great mark to Beveridge. Well, he's at his 3rd league club, 2nd season with the Saints. His father, a very famous recruiting officer in the AFL, John. Here's Thompson. Rockets the ball out to Harvey. A little bit quiet in this 2nd term. Chips it inside 50 and finds Smith.
Yeah, some of his work's been under a fair bit of pressure. Robert Harvey's provides another lead for Joel Smith. Gave the ball off and half back and kept running. Got the ball again. 8-3 for Robert Harvey.
So Smith from 45 metres out. Kick the goal.
He's working pretty hard, is Joel Smith. That's his 2nd. 7-3 for him, plus 6 marks. Good effort for a player of his size. Thompson, the player involved there to get the ball onto Harvey, who's good vision. Saw him spot his teammate. He kicks his 6th goal for the season.
Fremantle on top by 11 points. Just under 7 minutes till half-time.
Hope he's done a hamstring, I think, Dennis.
It's no good. And the reserve into the fray.
The boundary umpires.
Yeah. So a bounce. Trying to name that man, but there's one of 3 to choose from, and they're not numbered. Burton tries to get it out. Down goes Brown. It wobbles down towards half forward. Thompson gathers the bouncing ball, pulls it back towards the middle. Smith, well, two of them in space. Smith goes for his third goal and gets it. Great kick.
It's a very important few minutes of play for the Saints. They were looking down the barrel for a while in the early part of this quarter, but just have rallied. The younger players coming to the fore. Just Thompson again, the player giving the ball off. Wasn't quite sure what was behind him, but then had two players free. It's untidy defence work from the Dockers.
Joel Smith on screen. He's now booted 7 goals for the season. So St Kilda hits back. They trail by 5 points. Kick it. Taken away by Winmar. It's already booted a goal. Back to centre half forward. So Stewie Lowe pushing and shoving with O'Reilly. Beveridge kicks back towards the square. Great mark to Heatley. So this can put the Saints in front.
Yes, and again, Beveridge, who's had a couple of important touches since coming on the ground. And Heatley, that's a great mark, running with the flight of the ball. To judge that and take it on your chest at the same time is a very good effort.
So from point-blank range, Heatley puts the Saints in front.
As I mentioned, Jared Neesham would be very disappointed this last 4 or 5 minutes of play from his Dockers. Done all the hard work to get their nose in front of the Saints. Now just with that lapse in concentration, some of the St Kilda players in the midfield getting some touches, important ones, and then getting the ball forward. And Heatley's had to adjust to play a subordinate style of forward play. He's doing it pretty well.
Well, Jared Neesham likes to keep his interchange bench going all the time, and that's a key in games played in hot weather. But this fight back by the Saints coincides with Jeff White coming off the ground. Back in the centre square. Burke over the ball and a whistle. Adrian Barrage, that boundary umpire, is he okay?
Yes, Dennis. No, he's not too good, actually. He's done a hamstring. He went down like he'd been shot just in front of us, and he's in a bit of pain, but his night's over. He's not too happy about it and a bit distressed because it is warm down here. But, yeah, unlucky for him.
You call the action. Waterhouse gets a goal.
Yes, and he's become, along with Joel Smith, the effective forward on the ground. That's his third. See this on replay. Everett trying to bench the ball back toward goal, but Norwich on the end of that. Waterhouse just getting his man, which is Troy Gray, out of the way, then back onto the spilt ball, which is good forward play. And that's part of his game that he has to improve, and he has, and he can get better at. That's the recovery and the second effort.
Well, the general feeling was with Waterhouse that he was born in England, so therefore he didn't really have a Australian rules background, but he is an exciting talent when he's with Port Adelaide. The lead has changed 9 times in the game. So here's Gale, drives the ball back towards half-forward line. Here's the man of the moment, Waterhouse. He's got it hard up on the boundary line. Can't find Leach. Got a boundary throw in.
There's no question as you look at the tackles in the second quarter, certainly in favour of the Dockers.
So Burton had it, then lost it. Burke tried to go through a pack of players, comes out to Peckett. Under pressure, the Saints across half back. Chance for Norwich, rockets the handball out wide. Leach caught by Burke. Spills clear to Black. He's a very classy player. He finds Callahan.
It's a fair discrepancy in tackles, and I'm not sure the St Kilda only had one in this quarter. I'm not sure who's counting those.
Our tackle account, don't worry about that.
So Callahan from 45 metres. This will put the Dockers 11 points up.
A very pleasing effort by Craig Callaghan and Luke Toya tonight. They are the two players named by the coach through the week. We wanted to lift from midfield on the ball. They've responded. Callaghan 11 and 2, Toya 9 and 1. A bit of quality about their players. Troy Gray has come off the ground for St Kilda. Trianides back on to pick up Waterhouse. Try and use his pace to counter the pace and attacking skills of Waterhouse.
Play restarts. Burton knocks it down. Jones missed by Harvey. Toya couldn't control it. Norris goes off the deck down towards half forward. Waterhouse having a purple patch on his knees. Norris brilliantly done, gets it away. Black with the right foot. He's got another one. Well, Heath Black. 2 goals tonight. Made his debut last week. Very exciting.
Yes, and you can sometimes say that a player coming across the flow of the run of the ball like Waterhouse did there might upset the play, but in fact he controlled it, and then some quick hands saw Black on the end of it. As Dennis said, on his right foot he's non-preferred. That's a great finish.
Well, I hope that you appreciate these Victorians, Roscoe and Dennis.
Oh, no doubt. As you would. So I hope you'd appreciate we West Australians get.
Spider Burton gets his hands to the ball. Here's Toya. Been great in the clinches.
What have they got from the Vicks? There's black and there's white. We've got grey and brown playing tonight. It's like a scene out of a Tarantino movie, isn't it?
Whatever you do, don't mention green.
Yeah, he's the runner. He was the runner, Russell.
There's Tim Gooch going around the boundary. His night is over.
So Burton starting to thump the ball, knocked on by Leach. Here's Waterhouse playing in front of Trianides. Gets the ball out, taken by Harvey, under pressure to Brown. Rockets to Tozzie Jones. Got tremendous pace, kicks to space. Looks for Heatley, he's got Clement to beat. Ball beats him over the line.
Don't forget, Kev, there's a few of us playing over there.
Bloody joking, Roscoe. 9-5-59 Fremantle, the Saints 6-6-42 after St Kilda hit the front in this second term. They now trail by 17 points. Harvey from inside 50. Pushing and shoving. Winmar does the shepherding. And he's kicked a goal.
It was good shepherding. It's one of those ones you hope as it comes in and looks to might just get over the line if it bounces just in front of the line and then bounces back into play like it did then. Never spotted both, but Harvey again. Doesn't often get good distance with his kicks. They're usually fairly accurate. Did both with that one.
Winmar playing his 3rd game against the Dockers. 7 goals in those 2.5 games. Best of 3 back in '95, has 2 tonight. Norris out of the middle, a hand pass down towards half forward. Waterhouse, virtually a de facto centre half forward at the moment. Socket off the ground by Young. Toya goes back after it. 2.5 minutes to go. Got through the legs of Everett. In the opposite direction goes Harvey. Harvey kicks it towards half forward. The strength of Lowe almost telling. It spills across to Beveridge. Sold Lowe into trouble. Well done by McGovern. Blocked Lowe out of it. O'Reilly couldn't control it. It spills back towards McGovern. McGovern kicks towards the outer side. Big Spider's got it. Matthew Burton outer side. Close to the man on the mark. Down towards the wing. Leach. Great presence there. It's paid the mark. Found that ball at the very last moment. It was dropping and he was going back thinking he was running to a contest. Leach from the wing then, centering kick. Waterhouse, well, he's playing on pure adrenaline at the moment. Wills hand passes towards the boundary. Wills and Jones, and across the line. Clock running down towards half-time. 1:44 to go. He's ignoring the footy, that little fellow in the red. There's the difference. Most people, though, locked into this game. It's been end-to-end stuff. Across the half-forward line, Leach smothered off the boot. Harvey knocks it out towards the boundary. Harvey 14 possessions. Hasn't been that noticeable tonight. Grew up barracking for Essendon. They could have done with him this afternoon. Tossed in out there. Everett decisively down to Brown. Gave it away. Toya. He's been strong for a little man. Gale's got it now. On the wing. Mark Gale down towards the attacking 50. Waterhouse again. Up he goes. Couldn't hang on. Finds it on the ground. Emerges from the pack. Pulls it across his body. I'd back him tonight. Hand me the check.
I said to you when I wanted to come straight back to you. One of those Waterhouse things the club has said about this young fellow is his speed and his strength is very high amongst the ratings of the club. He's found the ball on the ground very well tonight. If he hasn't taken a grab, which he has taken just the 3, he's found it on the deck and kicked very accurately.
Well, he's got great recovery, Roscoe. He's bouncy, he's a good size.
3 goals in the quarter from that flanking area. Kev's good work, isn't it?
So he looks an emerging talent. Brown. It's a quick kick out of the centre square. Stewie Lowe. Just paddle the ball onto Harvey. Still wins possessions. Thumps the ball back inside 50 and Heatley's got it.
They're certainly within range here. And again, the breeze is negligible.
Saints trail by 17 points. We're under a minute to go in this second term, so this is an important kick. Seems to rush it. It's been pushed through for a point.
Yes, it's unlike him to be not as prepared in a kick for goal as he was then.
1-2 to Heatley. Harding.
It's a clever kick.
Whistles the ball along terra firma. Finds Heatley. Back to Beveridge. So the time clock ticking away, just 17 seconds left. So the last thrust for the Saints, Everett in front. And he's got it. So what a timely mark for St Kilda.
Yes, unfortunately, Steve O'Reilly, who was marking at the time, just couldn't get his fist to it. Once Everett puts those hands up, as the siren goes, he was just a bit too far away to Steve O'Reilly, going with the left arm. Really didn't in the end make much contact at all.
So Everett from point blank range kicks a goal. So the Saints will go in 10 points down at half time. And very shortly, Roscoe, we're going to break some news that has come out of that Collingwood game today against Essendon. Some big news. I'm certain Dennis Cometti will have a fair bit of news on that at this half-time break. As we see Gary Durkay and the St Kilda side going off. And there's nothing in this game, Roscoe.
No, it's a very high-scoring second quarter too when you consider it at quarter time. Freo were 2 goals 4, St Kilda 2 goals 5. There you see the difference. So a high-scoring quarter. As we go to half-time, 10 goals 5, 65 Fremantle. Leading St Kilda 8 goals 7, 55.
If the house is rocking, don't bother knocking. If the house is rocking, don't bother knocking. Just step right in.
Of air, it's kind of eerie, breath of air anywhere, kind of eerie actually. And at the moment we've got the St Kilda with the worst defensive record in the league versus the Dockers who've got the worst attack. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'll stay with the Dockers though.
Okay, thanks Adrian. Out of the middle, the Saints. First use of the ball down towards their half-forward line. Black kick it, lost it. Interesting, a wrestle between Jones and Parker. Meantime, Kickett got in there and found the ball. Back comes Aussie Jones, though, paddling it out towards the boundary. Allen in pursuit. Jones knocks it across. You get the feeling it's going to be a long way back for the side that loses this game. Dockers bench.
Delaney, Norrish, and also Spider Burton there, Dennis.
Yeah, Norrish has spent a fair bit of time off the ground. Maybe he's hurt. Callaghan comes away. Waterhouse again in the hands. About 75 metres from goal. Cripps arrived late. The ball bouncing down towards the square. Opportunity for Bandy. Bandy missed it. Good tackle, though, on Cook. It spills back towards Durkee. A proven live wire on the forward line. This is no exception. Good snap. His second.
I thought Clive Waterhouse was a little bit slow to turn once he'd received the pass from Callaghan to give it back to that same player, either by hand or foot. It went long. Parker couldn't quite control it. Then Bandy couldn't quite control it, but his tackle was the important thing there on Cook. And then Durkee, as Dennis said, the opportunist as he is, finished off.
Great start for the Dockers. St Kilda led by 1 point at quarter time, trailed by 10 points at half time, and now trailed by 16. Toya has been a very good player. Everett not at his best tonight. Peckett tried to crash his way through his court.
That's the example there, isn't it, where a player has had an opportunity to dispose of the ball, waits for the spin again, tries to get rid of it then and has pinned. Prior
Toya is tenacious. Tremendous tackler. Kicks to space. Bandy's the target. He's got it. So he's had plenty of opportunities tonight. He's taken 2 marks, but he's dropped 2 crucial marks. But this is a beautiful kick.
And this could be the one that gives him that confidence you need. It doesn't take much to get some players over the line.
So from right on 50, Bandy is off target. High flyer was Wills. Punched through for a point.
Interesting. Luke Toya comes from Kalgoorlie, Dean Kemp's hometown. Doesn't he use the ball well? A trait of the pair of them. Winmar kicks into a contest. Allen and Harvey. And Allen fights the draw. An honourable one. Knocks it across the boundary line.
That's what happens when you play on gravel.
You don't let it bounce.
You get great balance and never fall over.
Yes. Thrown in just outside the 50. Hand on the shoulder there. No free kick to Everett. Picked up by White. Hand passes towards Whitehouse, or rather Waterhouse. Those colours mixed. Leach. Jones off his step. Out towards the wing. Healy. Big leap. Parker initially lost it. Hand passes towards the boundary. Back comes Healy. Well played. Well picked up. Hard against the line. Rush of blood. Stayed in. And McGovern knocks it across the line. Healy had a bit more time than he thought there to work on the kick. Getting the ball was very, very good. So a throw in. Right half forward for the Saints. Down by 17 points now. Everett in front. White. Everett knocks it down. Brown towards the boundary. Toya took him hard. Kickett has been terrific. Over the head, doing the work of the boundary umpire. Harding slipped in. Black ducked. Kickett, nicely done. Parker, brilliantly done. Toya on the wing. Down towards half forward. Joel Smith in a quandary. Stayed out of the contest. Waterhouse took the mark. Storming down the ground is Wills. He's still on. Waterhouse doesn't see him. Goes long. Wills will arrive first if the ball hits the deck. It's down in front. No, socket off the ground by Young. Well played. Young, sensing the danger, ran hard to close down Wills and found the boundary. That's perfect. Boundary throw in on the outer side.
It's a fair compliment to Clive Waterhouse too. Has the co-captain of St Kilda picking him up, Nathan Burke, who I must say, I said in the first quarter, seems to be carrying a bit of an ankle, is hobbling noticeably now.
Well, Clive Waterhouse, undoubtedly the star of this game with 4 goals, particularly 3 in that second term. Wills, quick kick back to 50. Here he is, Waterhouse, punched away this time by Burke. Durkee pounced on it. Here comes Bandy. Good pick up on the half volley. Needs support. Gale has got it. Caught by Cripps. Young peels for the free kick. Aussie Jones, they'll pay advantage, and he'll take them on. Aussie, 3 bounces to Everett. Rockets the ball back. He's under pressure. Waterhouse did well. He causes the ball up.
Well, he's worked hard. He chased hard there, and the result came to him because the ball was sitting up a little from a poor handball from St Kilda. So that's how you reap the rewards if you persist.
Dockers by 17 points. Everett. Young. It's been a good pick-up for St Kilda from Hawthorn. Back towards centre-half forward. What a great mark by Kickett. Just one of 4 players to play with 5 AFL clubs. Goes short. Waterhouse. Couldn't take it on the second grab. Got a ball up inside the centre square.
Well, there's going to be a good target still with Nathan Burke. Waterhouse will have the advantage in height to go for the overhead duels. And when you're having a purple patch in a game throughout the course of the game that he's having, you should try and get to as many contests as possible.
Everett wins the points over White. Callaghan has been a handy midfielder along with Toya. Inside 50. Parker capped it on. Well read by Trianides. So he goes wide and he finds his skipper in Burke. To Winmar. So just a chip kick across half back. So the Saints keeping possession. Young. Jason Daniels is off with a shoulder injury, so they've only got 2 on the interchange. Beveridge cops 1 in the back.
I suggest too, Kevin, they need a little bit more from Nicky Winmar.
So Beveridge kicks the ball, low territory. His hands on it once more, punched away. Harding kicks the ball wildly out towards the half-back flank. Sat nicely for Everett. He finds Thompson right on 50. The square. Heatley's there, punched away by Clement and forced through for a point.
Pretty good match up there, James Clement on Jason Heatley. Matches him with pace, height, strength. It's been a good battle between those two. Players who haven't played a lot of AFL. Heatley just in his 6th game. And James Clement just in his 16th, or 17th, I should say.
McGovern, the designated kicker, seems to have been around for a long time. Still yet to play 50 games, playing game number 48 tonight. 20-odd games with Sydney. So Heath Black has kicked 2 goals. Kicks a poor one. Finds Everett. As the kick half smothered off the boot. Healy does well, gets it back to Brown on 50. Long pot shot at goals. Running with a flight is Everett. He's got it. Make that low. Plays on quickly, sets it up to Beveridge. Clever play, and he bangs it home.
Yeah, Dockers there just a little bit late to pick up. I think it was Andrew Wills whose man was Beveridge. In fact, that's not correct. There was cover coming elsewhere. Wills is picking up Winmar. Doesn't matter, they were short of 1 defensive player. And Lowe very quick to seize the opportunity. Beveridge in his 5th kick.
As it was at half-time then, back to 10 points. Just over 14 minutes till 3/4 time. White, brilliantly done to Toya. Great evasion through the middle. Penetrating kick inside the 50. Loose ball wide of the pack. Harvey's in front. Under pressure again, a hallmark of his night. He kicks it out towards the half-back line. Picked up by Winmar, back towards the middle, intended for Harvey, stolen by Toya. Has he got the kick this time? No. Missed narrowly.
Great reading the play too by Luke Toya. Was given half a chance by the handball, but even so, you got to get there.
Emerging young player then. Justin Pickett. Some indecision, goes very short. Jason Cripps in the back pocket. Tight game. Around the outer side goes the kick. Harvey brilliantly done, worked off man, or rather Allen, his man, kicks it down along the boundary line towards half forward. Kickett has been penalised. Thompson with the free, wasting no time. Very high one inside the 50. Well, Heatley was bundled out of it low onto the loose ball, upended by Clement. Parker with some time and space, needs all of it. O'Reilly deep in his own defensive area in the shadows of the goalpost. Kicks it out towards half-back. In front, Everett arriving on the scene and playing it well as Gale, and then proceeds to kick it out of bounds on the full. So a testing time for the Dockers. They need to hold here if in fact they're going to win it. What a terrific mark. The earth moved as he hit the deck there. Stewie Lowe launched himself and came down flat on his back.
Yes, and gets a launch off Daniel Bandy, who went back to try and help O'Reilly. He copped a beauty right in the top of the buttock on the left side. We saw for a while.
So Stewie Lowe, yet to kick a goal tonight, was knocked out in a collision with Scott Chisholm on this ground in round 14 last season. Important kick, this one. Directly in front from about 40 metres out. Maybe even a little closer. Big Stewie. Goes Goldwood. It's applauded home. Goal for the Saints.
Well, that's his first one for the night. And as Kevin said, of course, the first half, the same impact with his marking as Stuart Lowe had on the game tonight. His stats are all the 5s, 5, 5 and 5. And now the goal as Steve O'Reilly's coming off. And Parker now has the job on Stewie Lowe. And Jason Norris to come on. Because you key player Stewie Lowe if they're going to get back and get on top again.
No doubt, Roscoe, Stewie Lowe can start holding those big grabs at centre-half forward. It's a bad error by taking the ball over the line also by Gale. You've got to kick the ball into the ground first. Here's Wills out of the centre square. It's been goal for goal. So St Kilda, Smith is booted 3, overruns the ball, taken away by Harding, kicks a high ball back. Here comes Waterhouse again. Launched himself. He's a jumping jack.
Well, he had to go then. Ben Allen came back. He knew he had to commit himself coming back with the flight. Burke had to go as well, obviously.
Oh.
And if your man goes, you have to go. That's the old adage. So Waterhouse did.
Half forward line for the Dockers. Bandy in the ruck against Shanahan. Delaney played for the free kick, got it. Comes out to Callaghan, long pot shot at goal. 1 point.
I think that was Ben Allen, Kev, that might have gone for the free kick. It was a bit dirty. He actually didn't get the ball back, but nevertheless.
Coughlin takes the kick out, hugs the boundary line. Punch away from Beveridge. Gale, those quick hands. And there's a good mark by Burke. So some rebound football to Young, put him under pressure. Back to Smith. Back to Burke, so they're forced backwards. Goes wide looking for Everett. So they've wasted the ball. We've got a boundary throw in. Nathan Burke barking instructions. 11-8-74 the Dockers. 10-8-68 St Kilda. So Fremantle by 6 points. White. A big lead to Toya.
Beautiful.
Cleverly to Callaghan. Pretty strong midfield. Up to Parker. He's got it.
That's a good bit of palming you see, Kevin, from a boundary throw, and that White affected there down to his rover. Just ideal stuff. And then Parker, it's a good strong grab. Be a handy conversion.
Well, just playing game number 6. He's kicked 7 goals for the season. Had knee problems last year, just played the 1 game. His brother plays in defence. So from 40 metres out, he's pushed it across the face of goal.
Chances going begging here. The build-up was classical. Now Young, such a good acquisition. Came across from Hawthorn. For distance with the kick, Stewie Lowe storms up the ground, crashes the pack. Winmar falling to the ground, intended for Peckett. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Bad luck for the Saints. They could have been away and running there. Justin Peckett, forward of half-back. As it is, it's a boundary throw-in. Margin 7 points. 11-9, 10-8. Everett and White. White needing some space. Hooks it down behind. Beveridge with the run of it. Harvey was there momentarily. Back comes Beveridge. Black at the base of it. Ball up. Bray waiting to come back on. Again, a characteristic of football this season, a lot of bounces. Well done by Everett, although he gave it away. Out wide from Gale to Black, throws it on the boot, and in front, Parker's taken the mark.
Well, I made the comment in the second quarter that Black a couple of times just knows how to quickly get the ball to boot. Sometimes younger players don't realise the pace of the game, and they need to do that sometimes when you're under pressure. And because of that, you create an opportunity if your forwards are in front and are on a lead. That's what happens. You get a mark.
Daniel Parker then. Kicks truly this time. His second. 9 for the season.
That's why it's important that forwards are in front, because if that situation does occur where it's a quick kick, it's much out of a scrimmage, well, that does happen, but they're just a perfect example of how you can create an opportunity. So Heath Black was 7 and 4. Continuing on some good form from last week.
He's very much a likely prospect, Parker. Looks dangerous up there. He's got a good leap. Shanahan gets the ball out. Young, bang, crashes into Waterhouse. The ball up on the half-forward line for the Dockers. Waterhouse on screen. He's booted 4. The goal in the first term and 3 in the second. Now with his third opponent, started with Cripps, then Trinides. Now he's got Nathan Burke, White coming off, Spider Burton on. As St Kilda go forward, Parker in front of Lowe. Gray takes the ball over for a boundary throw-in.
It's an interesting point you mentioned, Dennis, with that interchange in the previous quarter of White coming off Burton on. You sense that it was what perhaps gave St Kilda that edge, but I think the coach is really just trying to preserve some of the players' energy in these conditions that are pretty harsh.
Norris dragged down. Scramble on the outer side. Thompson hit the pack hard. Norris comes back into the fray, so obviously he's okay. Callahan down towards half forward. Allen's in front. Relayed free kick. Now it's coming back. Will be taken by Callahan, who set the tone early tonight. In very hard, a lot of possessions. Durkay on the lead, almost the mark. Trinides knocked it away. With Durkay have the ball, still they go. Well, a couple of half free kicks in there, nothing doing. A boundary throw-in outside the attacking 50 for the Fremantle Dockers, who lead 81-68. Coughlin working hard to get off the ground. Meantime, Burton knocks it down. Bandy the Rover. Interesting combo. Out of bounds.
That's how he's perceived, though, by the Dockers. An ability, that is Daniel Bandy, to play that small man's role as well with his agility.
201 centimetres. What's that? Just under 6'7". Big Spider, 210 centimetres. That's about 6'10 and a half. There's Winmar to Smith. Well done. Good tackle, though. Toya got him going in the other direction. Wills takes advantage of the turnover and punishes the Saints.
Yes, and Stan Ellis has been caught because of the good play of the Dockers in having to have his defensive area manned with players like Burke and Harvey. So they know how damaging Ben Allen can be, and he's had the role for most of the night running with Harvey. He's been restricted by his standards to 13 and 4.
Allen, one of the finest finishers in the league. There's an important kick here, and he doesn't miss.
Yeah, great example of running straight, being relaxed and just following through in a correct fashion, and the ball goes directly where it should go. This is the setup here. Pressure, good tackle. The ball spills free. Wills, it's quite a penetrating kick with his left foot. Gets distance and accuracy, and then Ben Allen, as I say, hurting Robert Harvey, getting away from now, dragging Harvey back to a back pocket.
He's been a terrific player, Ben Allen. One of best and fairest in a premiership team. All-Australian twice, overcoming a bad knee injury. Winmar. Bundled out of the way by McGovern. Fights hard for the ball. Takes the free kick. Kicked the goal in the first quarter. Gets it across to Thompson, who started on the interchange bench. Thumps the ball back towards Stewie Lowe. Parker. Kicks the ball out wide. Finds Thompson. Kicks back towards low territory once more. This time he's got it. The fans don't like it. They thought it was touched. Tries to set it up to Everett. It's a poor kick. It's been marked by Clement. So a wasted opportunity for the Saints. The loose man has been set up to Delaney. Clement wants it wide. Now he's got a chance to run with the ball.
Oh, he's got a
so
panic.
plenty of space. Kick it, wants it wide. Winmar has read it well. He's going to cut it off. Tries to drill it out wide. Does well to Heatley. Rockets the ball out towards Ozzie Jones. Beveridge, the runner, down from centre wing. It's a great kick by Beveridge. Sets it post. So bad luck for the Saints. 3 goals, 1 to Beveridge. Kicked a goal in this third term, now a poster. So Delaney out wide. The Dockers, a good rebounding side towards Gale. Young recovered well, back to Shanahan. So back into attack. Gray sets himself, he's got it. And a surprise pickup by St Kilda. Had over 50 games with Sydney. Goes short, Heatley. Second grab, third grab, couldn't take it. We've got a ball up.
Heatley not happy. Very close to a mark.
Yes, with the tone of the night, probably the way they've played it earlier on, you couldn't pay that as a mark, even though I thought it was, but the way they've missed others before, you could play that one.
18 points, Thompson. Saints needing the next goal. Beveridge, plenty of company there, and they take him down. Ball up. You wonder about the luxury of Robert Harvey in a back pocket.
And Nathan Burke picking up Waterhouse still.
2 of their prime movers.
Yes.
Burke averaging 27 possessions a game this season, 24 against the Dockers in their 2 meetings. We spoke of Harvey before, 30 against the Dockers on average. Scramble, so Stan Alves gambling and taking those possessions, at least for the moment, off the ball.
Jason Daniels on screen with his shoulder heavily strapped.
There's the bounce. Burton in front, clean possession, scrambles it up towards midfield. Trianides in front. Was he held without it? No, free. Kick it does well. Still kick it. Trianides comes back and fights the fight. And over the shoulder is the call. Trianides forward of the wing. Plays on. Winmar to Smith, forward of the centre circle. Joel Smith, who's been very good. Probing, kick a beauty. The mark is held by Stuart Lowe, about 40 metres out.
That's where the interpretation does make it difficult for players and supporters alike. That's why the boos are coming. The decision against kick, it was pretty harsh given that other players have been pushing the back tonight and tackled from behind and nothing paid. And then you see a great contest for the ball between 2 players, kick it particularly, and he gets penalised.
Stewie Lowe, 1 already in this term. Going for his 2nd of the game. Kicks from 45. It's tight. He's got it.
Well, that's the sort of impact he can have, Stewie Lowe, making a bit of a late rush. A game that was played pre-season, Ansett Cup. Stewie Lowe hurt them badly. This is when they played Carlton. St Kilda hurt them badly in the last quarter. Kicked 4 goals. So you can't let him alone for too long.
Saints within 12 points. 13-9-87, 11-9-75. Everett, quick kick, here's kick it. Across half back, Low the tackler. So can St Kilda go up a cog? They've just been chasing all night Fremantle. hanging in there. Trinides back to Thompson, picking up some possessions in his third term. Kicks it out wide. Heatley bundled out of the way. Good mark by Clement. They can raffle this on centre wing. Delaney's got it, then loses it. Plenty of time to recover. Chips it over the top to Toya. So the kick from Kalgoorlie. Can he set it up? Edge of the centre square. Bombs it long. Inside. Looking for Waterhouse in front. Punched away by Burke. Waterhouse ricocheted back into his arms. Give it across to Gale. Durkhe's booted 2. Can he set it up? Allen.
Oh.
Couldn't hang on to it. No mark for mine. Peckett. Heads towards the boundary line. Had no one to kick it to. Should have put it over. Kick it or trap it. On the rebound. Here's Heath Black. He's been kicking the ball beautifully tonight. No exception. Gives it to Parker. And that kid's got talent.
I'd have no hesitation leading to him. I might even get it.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's a luxury to have a left-foot wingman who can actually kick the ball. There's not many left-footers who can't kick. I'm not sure what the reason is. They just seem to have that natural flair. And their use of the ball invariably is very good.
He's kicked 2 goals, Daniel Parker. 40 metres out. 45-degree angle. He's hit the post.
Yes, and an unusual, not so much a mistake by Ben Allen, but dropping that kick from Durkee, even though that's on his side, as it was a bit of a floating torpedo, which is hard to judge.
4 posts tonight, 3 to Fremantle, 1 to St Kilda.
Winmar short to Brown. Brown's away, drives it around the outer side. Delaney over the top, almost a spectacular grab. Spills across the boundary inside the last 2 minutes. This third term. Watch it again. Tony Delaney. Oh. Only your chiropractor would like to see that. Close to the boundary. Down goes Black, and a strong tackle applied by Thompson. We really do like this youngster. Heath Black from Oakley. Write it down. Of course, where else but in your little black book. It's the bounce on the outer side around the grounds. Melbourne only. Saturdays 5 till 5:30. Keeps you fully abreast. Floater with the second attempt. McGovern, well done. 13-10, 11-9. The game on the line. Running down to 3/4 time. McGovern across field. They need to be careful. Parker dropped it. Lowe does well. Sockers it forward. Beveridge dropped it. He's over the ball. Over the top of him goes Norrish. Loose ball behind. Brilliant pickup. Black's away again. Black uses the ball to half forward. I'm sure that was his intention, because he looked up and saw Spider against Brown. And I think if that ball got on the ground, it could have been sayonara as far as the Fremantle Dockers were concerned. So he went for the boundary.
Fortunately, Luke Beveridge went out in sympathy and dropped his mark.
88 plays 75. The Dockers in front. Thompson's had a big third quarter. Kicks down, looking for Heatley. He's got it. Now, we've seen him kick it from 50 metres tonight. Just doesn't quite get the distance,
No.
Roscoe.
And there's been no bruise coming into his face from the other end where he's had those shots from. As we see this on replay, he'll kick from probably just on 50.
Kicked a goal in the second quarter. So can he get the distance? The distance is there this time. He's drilled it. Oh, great kick.
That's his second. He's had limited opportunities in that area to lead and take some marks with the ball coming in that fashion. But again, Thompson, when he's been on the ground's worked pretty hard. Won't get a better pass than that.
Dying seconds of the third term. Dockers by 7 points. Rucks go at it. Everett decisively. Harvey up in the action now to Winmar. Dragged down. The kick wobbles towards half forward. Black, brilliantly done. The rebound came from McGovern. Hand passes across to that player. McGovern, confronted by Everett, slips away. The siren will beat this move, though. McGovern through the centre. Kicks inside the 50. 3/4 time. 4 goals again in that quarter. Very exciting consolation for the loser tonight. Last term, the Dockers and the Saints. Everett and White. The bounce favoured White. Too much oomph in that one. Everett runs onto the loose ball. Kicks inside the 50. Beveridge gathered the ball. Down he goes. Norrish over the top. Wrestles. Beveridge comes back. And we'll have a bounce right on the attacking 50. Generally, it's been the Dockers who have got the early goals. A nice bonus if the Saints can get one here. Everett goes up. Directs it down brilliantly. Winmar. In a traffic jam, slapped out of there by Harding, back towards the centre square. Loose ball picked up by Toyer. Liked his poise tonight. Feeds it wide. Callahan, forward of half back, goes towards half forward. Pushing and shoving down there. Durkay, despairing lunge. It comes behind a Burke. High floater coming down the ground. McGovern couldn't hang on. A loose ball. Leach sockers off the ground. It ricochets back off Brown. Allen a little toe poke. Comes across to Brown. The hand pass to Winmar. Winmar goes up towards half forward. Lows the target, and why not? Hit the ground running to Gray. Gray forced on his right foot. Untidy hand pass as a result. Now Beveridge deep in the pocket. Norrish is over the top. Interesting kick. Gained about 10 metres. Heatley back towards the boundary. And Beveridge knocks it across the line. Well, awkward one there for Troy Gray. He needed a right boot.
Yes, they were probably lucky, the Dockers, that Lowe handballed the ball to Gray, because he was in no man's land, not used to being in that situation.
I'm sure he had a right boot.
Chance for St Kilda. They've shown plenty of spirit in this game. A couple of times it looks like the Dockers might have been going away with the game, but they've bounced back. See Stephen O'Reilly there along with Spider Burton and Gale sitting on the interchange bench. So St Kilda, can they get the opening goal of this final term? White taken away by Harvey. Spent a lot of time in the back pocket in that third term. Kick it, hands and knees. Winmar over the top of the ball along with Allen. We've got a ball up inside 50. Saints trail by 7 points, 88-81. So a big chance here to lift their confidence. Certain Stan Elves just love to get this first goal. Harvey rockets it back to Winmar. Played for the free kick. Aussie Jones. Peckett across to Brown. Goes wide. And he finds Smith. So Smith, Brown and Jones all figured in that play. And Stan Elves spoke to those three at three-quarter time. Singled them out.
Could have played on too, Kev, but he just elected to go back and have a shot. They had a couple of options as well.
Well, he's already kicked 3 goals. This is a poor kick. Lowe's got it. So Big Stewie can start taking the marks down there. He'll cause all sorts of problems.
Yes, he's their trump in that situation. If he can just take 3 or 4 in this last quarter and convert goals accordingly, that's where the damage can be done. So it's an onerous task for Parker. Steve O'Reilly is still sitting on the bench. I don't believe there's anything wrong with him.
So Stewie Lowe kicks a goal. He's kicked 3.
Yes, he didn't have much of an impact in the first half, really, by his standards, but a couple of goals in that third quarter just got him in motion. And here the kick coming in from Smith, just not carrying as well as he'd like, but Lowe always going to be dangerous when he sets up like that. You've got to have a run and a jump from him from behind if you want to compete, particularly for someone like Parker who doesn't quite have the body strength.
Yeah, with a boundary line that close, you'd like a third man up, wouldn't you?
Exactly, someone just to come over the top to help out.
Back in the middle. One down by Everett, taken away by Allen. Kicks it down towards half forward. Late game now. Leading back is Burke. Trianides comes away from half back. A little chip out wide. And Harvey has it. Can he fire up? Robert Harvey, right half back. His side down by a solitary point. Around the outer side. Wobbly looking kick. Off hands and across the line. Official attendance tonight, 23,629. Packed in at the eastern end of the ground. Everett again. Jones, Winmar. Hooks it down towards right half forward. Over the top, Lowe. Ominous signs here for the Dockers. Big Stewie. Right half forward, centering kick from behind. Healy almost worked his way in front, crumbing the pack Beveridge. This for the lead if it's a goal. Any score will result in a tie. And they tie it up. Still plenty of time, of course. Over 16 minutes to go. O'Reilly. And you get the feeling, despite the fact he was taken off Stuart Lowe, he might be coming back for a rematch.
In fact, it's well, Durkhe's going to come off. O'Reilly will go on. I'll let you know what the matchup is from here on in.
Well, Stewie Lowe was starting to look very dangerous late in that third term. He kicked a goal, 2 for the quarter. He's kicked the first this last term now. Here's Toya, who's been good all night. Kid from Kalgoorlie. He's got no one to kick it to. He's looking for now Waterhouse, who made good ground, but Nathan Burke has been terrific. And that's been a big move by Stan Alves, putting Burke back onto Waterhouse, who dominated the first half.
He's just experienced to keep him away from the footy. In fact, Steve O'Reilly definitely has gone down onto Lowe. Shane Parker's come forward.
Scores are level. Got a boundary throw in on the outer side of the ground. St Kilda led by a point at quarter time, trailed by 10 points at half time, 7 points at 3/4 time, but they've opened with a flurry in this final term. Stewie Lowe with 3 goals and Joel Smith, their leading goal kicker. Clive Waterhouse with 4 for the Dockers. Brown to the back edge of the centre square. The race is on. Peckett is quick. He's got Delaney to beat. Takes it over. So the game up for grabs. You can see Peckett's eye there. Went off for the blood rule early in the game. Back on, picking up Quentin Leach. There's been a lot of movement off the interchange bench tonight. White got enormously. Thumps the ball back towards 50. Winmar to Burke. The 2 old heads combined. Leach off the fingertips. Kickett tried to crash his way through. Good tackle by Gray, but Kickett. Good stuff. But the kicks lands in the arm of Winmar. Gives it across to Young, so rebound football. Can set it up to Brown. Can he get it across to Thompson? Tapped it back. Clever play. Trianides rockets the ball out wide. Brown needs a bounce. Didn't get it. Toya tough in the clinches. We've got a ball up.
Well done by Luke Toya, who's 2-on-1 for most part of 2 or 3 contests there. He just managed to create some doubt, then got some help from Heath Black, I should say. Well done.
13-10 apiece. The breeze not a factor. Very still at the moment. Everett won it down. Parker off a knee. Very high kick. Still inside the attacking 50 there as far as the Dockers are concerned. Bandy was up. Opportunity for Young. Young towards half forward. Reaching over the top, Clement in the grasp. Hand passes away. Harding. Unkind bounce around it. Picked up now by Black. Kick it through the middle. Short one is on to Allen. Allen is about alongside the centre circle as he takes the kick towards the attacking 50. Waterhouse off hands away. Delaney has it now across the body. It wanders down towards the pocket. Wills, brilliantly done. Great pace, but the finish no good. Out of bounds on the full.
Wheatley going off for St Kilda. Cripps coming on.
And Winmar, the man who applied the pressure to Wills, goes back now to take the kick.
Very hard to bring the ball back into play when you're running at that sort of speed towards the boundary line.
Winmar towards half back. Parker over the top, one-handed. Brown confronted by Leach. Delaney falling to the ground. The hand pass towards centre half forward. The bodies are going in willingly. That was Leach who was upended. Standing his ground there, Peckett somehow managed to get the ball out towards the flank. On the ground is Healy. That appeared to be kicking in danger by Wills over the top. Play goes on. The umpire's letting them play. Wills snaps towards goal and gives the Dockers the lead.
Shane Parker's quickly off the ground. Mark Gale on. I think they've got a problem too with Quentin Leach, the Dockers. He's hoping they have to check him out. I don't think he's able to run as freely as he'd like.
No place for faint hearts at Subiaco. Young bring the ball back for St Kilda. Goes short. Finds Cook. So the former Lion to Harvey. Chip kick still on 50. Coughlin's warming up on the boundary line for the Saints to Cripps. So possession football by St Kilda around the outer side. They trail by a point. 89 plays 88. So Cripps kicks the ball long. It's one for the high flyers. Lowe had 2 to beat. Thompson, very handy in the third term. Cross to Brown, back to Jones. So the youngsters combine. Half forward flank, Joel Smith. It's done well. He's booted 3. Inside 50. The Saints. They've got a chance. Clement brought to the ground. Great tackle. Ball rolls over the line for a boundary throw-in. So Troy Gray, the tackler, applied the pressure.
Clever effort by Clement to get his boot to the ball too in that situation under pressure. And they have got a problem with Leach. They've got to be careful.
So White versus Everett. Kick it at the back of the pack. Got past Beveridge. Falls over the critical moment. Norrish spent a lot of time on the interchange bench. Everett. This is a great snap right on the goal line as it bounced through. It's a goal. The Saints are in front.
Well, he's had fairly limited impact on the game, Peter Everett, for what they'd expect of him. Here the ball spilling free from a handball from Norrish. And Everett just off a couple of steps gets a very favourable bounce. Both Stewie Lowe and O'Reilly are unable to get hands to that as it floated away from them. And it hobbles over the line.
What a great goal by Peter Everett. Cast in the role of a crummer there, getting it off the ground and booting it through from long range. Centre square infringement, unforgivable. White the free, plays on immediately to Wills, kicks inside the 50. Waterhouse leads to the ball, but the umpire insisting it come back to the middle.
I think
Chance for everybody to catch their breath. Sorry, Roscoe.
That's okay, Des. I was going to say, I think it's against Jason Cripps coming off the half-forward flank, which, as you said, it's just unforgivable, that.
Here's White. We'll use McGovern alongside. McGovern to Wills. Wills running towards half forward, a long way out, a long bomb. Waterhouse will shepherd. It's a goal. It cleared the line on the full in any case. Andrew Wills, all of about 70 metres.
It's a great kick, and they did the right thing then. White just trying to set up McGovern. It was confronted by Winmar, so the option of Wills, which is poor marking by St Kilda. He went down with cramp in the third quarter, Wills. But he's come back. Good work too by Waterhouse to keep Burke away from it. Big Spiders back into the ruck.
So the Dockers hit back. They lead by a point, 95 to 94. Plenty of action left in the game, just under 12 minutes. Spider Burton inside that centre square. Kicked off the ground by Leach. The race is on. Brown versus Delaney. Bounces up. Gets the ball out wide to Wills. Back to Allen. Towards the half-forward line. Bandy. The race is on. Here's Waterhouse versus Burke. Great tackle by Burke, like a terrier at the foot of the pack. Gets it across to Young. Rockets it out wide. Winmar. Can he set it up? Lows the target. Can't trap it. It's a boundary throw-in. So a big buzz going around the ground. 95 plays 94. Throw in on centre wing. Everett and Burton. 2 Spiders at it. It's all tied up. So Waterhouse has booted 4 for the Dockers. Stewie Lowe and Joel Smith 3 for the Saints. Leading goal kickers. Everett. Clever tap on, taken by Kickett. He's found his niche in AFL football across half-back. The kick's a poor one. Traianides kicks it wide. Here comes Troy Gray. Out in front, pushed out. No free kick. Taken by Clement on the rebound. Finds Leach. He's got a loose player in Toya. Allen wants it short. He's been ignored. So Toya has had a big game. Kicks a big bomb. Winmar went up before acceptance. Is at the back of the pack. Free kick.
Yes, unless he gets a hand on the ball, Kevin, he doesn't get. He's got to play the free kick against him.
Spider's off. Big bomb by Spider. Found it. He's drilled it. What a goal!
great effort by Spider, who's only just come onto the ground to replace White. Good work too for the half-back line of the Dockers. There's the infringement from Winmar, who didn't get a hand on the ball. And then no one wanted to stand the mark. As Spider got the ball, Nicky Winmar didn't want to stand it. They wanted to go off somewhere else. So he gets to 50, and it's a familiar ground to him. Being an ex-Subiaco player. There she goes.
Quick thinking by the big man. Played on. No one standing the mark. Got about an extra 5, and that's all it took. Here's Harvey, 7 points the margin. Dockers in front, Harvey long towards Lowe. Appeared to be held as he approached that ball. In any case, he took a terrific grab. Stewie Lowe wants to go. Callahan came from alongside. Lowe kicks inside the 50. Burton, the hero at the moment, goes back, takes the mark. Wills is running towards the outer side. Wills has got the ball, he takes off. He's on the wing. Coming down towards half forward, pulls it back. Great kick. Found Allen. Callahan back to Allen. Allen 65 metres out Bacon Square. It could run on. It has. It's a goal. Marvellous. Allen second.
It's inspirational football. Perhaps a little fortunate initially that Stewie Lowe in playing on was confronted. There's that 5-metre protected area, but doesn't matter. It was allowed. So his kick was marked by Burton, and a great kick by Wills to centre the ball. And then a 1-2 from Ben Allen and Callahan, and it's a great driving kick. That's what Dennis mentioned in the first quarter, his finishing ability. Not many better than him. There's another example.
17 possessions, 5 marks and 2 goals to Ben Allen. The chant goes up around Subiaco. They lead by 13 points. Burton having an influence now. Thompson at ground level. Brown out of the centre square. Can the Saints get a quick reply? Kicks it wide. Gray couldn't take it. But a boundary throw-in on 50.
James Clements just got to be a little bit careful. He's using his pace to keep up with his opponent. He tends, when he gets close, just to give a bit of a nudge. Watch his timing on that.
Plenty of time for St Kilda. Just over 9 minutes of action left. Everett and Burton. Shoveled out by Harvey to Thompson. Dodgy Jones on 50. Lowe's in front. Second grab, he's got it.
Oh.
Not paid. O'Reilly crashed into the ground. Clement trying to use some force to get through. Tall tied up by Troy Gray.
We'll see this again. I'm with Dennis, who gave the before. Now that's 1, 2, 3. What else do you have to do? And Michael have on the umpire not paying it.
Still a chance for St Kilda. Big punch by Everett, taken by Callahan, under pressure, tumbles the ball out towards the boundary line. Norris gets support from Black. They do it well, the Dockers. Back to McGovern. He's got a loose player. He'll find O'Reilly, so a chance for a play. Goes short, Leach, they can raffle it. Clement. Back to Leach.
Well, he certainly recovered. He was hobbling badly in that early part of this quarter.
He goes short to Spider on hands and knees. Those big daddy long legs. Just couldn't get the handball away. It was silly play. Well done by Troy Gray.
Yes, it was the time to settle. Did all the hard work.
Just under 8 minutes to go then. There's the margin. Thrown in on the wing. Burton and Everett. Burton reaches over the top and won it. Winmar knocked off the ball. Gale, still Gale. Scrambles a kick towards half forward. Shanahan's in front, playing from behind. Here's Harvey. Runs through midfield now. Has had a bounce. Kicks it down towards half forward. They're going to Lowe on every occasion. Lowe got fingertips to it. Recovers brilliantly. Going goalward. Trying to knock it on to the advantage of Pickett. Pickett lays a strong tackle. And the ball is out of bounds inside the attacking 50 for the Saints.
So I suggest that might have been below the knee, which is where you are not allowed to tackle.
St Kilda have got to get crummers when the ball goes to Stewie Lowe, because he's not going to be outmarked at the moment. So if he doesn't mark it, it'll come to ground level.
Tossed in. Everett knocks it down. Crashing into the pack down there was Burke. Seems he's on the ball now. Norris out of defence. Kicks it up towards the wing. Durkay skirted the ball to his own advantage. Is held with that and he'll get the free. Cleverly played. Durkay on the wing. He's side up by 13 points. He goes short. Toya. Oh, too casual. Dropped it. Taken high. Won't get the free kick, though, on the wrong side of the umpire. And we'll have a bounce on the wing.
That's his first mistake tonight for Luke Toya. 20 possessions, 5 marks. He's been a fine midfield player, along with Callahan. So it looks like the blood rule, with Healy going off, Coghlan to come on. Still 13 points, the Dockers. Ball up on centre wing. Everett this time beats Burton. Good hands by Thompson. Winmar to Burke to Smith. Can they set it up? Point to the centre square over the top to Brown. To Gray. Can he bend it back? Stewie Lowe, one-on-one. O'Reilly does well. Then loses control.
And again, they've given it to Troy Gray. He's pushed out on his right foot. So it's good practice.
So O'Reilly has spent a fair time on the interchange bench. Big opportunity now for St Kilda. Burton to Clement. Brown kicks the ball and it's been marked by Beveridge. So St Kilda never stopped trying.
Yes, just about 5 minutes ago, Nathan Burke was brought out of the back pocket off Waterhouse and Cripps has picked him up and he's gone on the ball.
So Beveridge has kicked 1 goal. He is a goal kicker. So Beveridge kicks a goal.
Well, there's still plenty of time, just over 5.5 minutes remaining for St Kilda if they can just bridge this gap further, taking advantage of the Spider Burton palm, which was actually towards the St Kilda goal. Unusually, should have been the other way. A clever kick out of mid-air to advantage.
Saints down by 7 points, everything to play for. Back in the middle, 5.5 minutes to go. Burton taken away though by Burke, down towards half forward. Mark was missed by McGovern. Kickett, who's been terrific, cleverly across to Norrish. High kick towards the outer side. Brown goes back and he's taken the mark. Man on out wide, running to space out there. Thompson down towards half forward, carries the ball, now lobs it across to Smith. Smith upended as he kicked. The ball stays in play, gathered by O'Reilly. Charging in was Coghlan, and the ball is out of bounds, so a boundary throw in. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Fremantle 107, St Kilda 100. Tossed in outer side. Burton and Cook. Cook won it down. Wills over the top towards the boundary line. Kick it on all fours. Across the line again. Dale Kickett has played a terrific game tonight. So clever in defence. 18 possessions. Cook, will he try for the back of the pack here? No, Burton won it down in any case. Harvey, Winmar out of the congestion towards full forward. Clement goes back. There's a goal the difference. Had a decision to make there. So just 6 points the diff now. Healy tidied up and ready to come back on. McGovern beckons his teammates towards him, taking plenty of time. Now the umpire goes down with the warning. Young Black in the back pocket, taking his time.
Goes short, finds Wills. So they're just keeping possession at the moment. Back to McGovern. They've made no ground. Now it goes short once more to Heath Black. So clever play by the youngster who's booted 2 goals tonight. Just his second game. Very impressive. Runs to the back edge of the centre square. Tumbles the ball down. Peckett. He's got Durkay to beat. Here comes Waterhouse. Listen to the crowd. Sensational in the first half. Sets it up. Parker out in front. Punched away by Gray. Bandy at the foot of the pack. It's tied up by Shanahan.
So the important pace there just for Waterhouse to get through the congestion there and get to the front and get to the ball first makes all the difference.
So 40 metres out from the Dockers goal. Just under 4 minutes of action left. Parker, taken by Winmar to Young. Couldn't quite take it. Back to Trianides. The Saints work hard out of defence. The playmaker, Harvey, gives it across to Cripps. Bangs the ball back towards the half-forward line. It was all Dockers. There was 3 of them. O'Reilly on the rebound to Gale. Saints have got to run hard when the ball's kicked to Stewie Lowe. Got to get numbers. So the Dockers slowing things down. McGovern kicks wide to Norrish. He loves the run as well. Kicks long. Trianides.
Oh.
So it was a poor kick. St Kilda down by 1 straight kick. The race is on. The 2 number 7s. Winmar traps it, does well. Great play by Nicky. A bit of magic. The Saints still alive in this game. Up towards Stewie. He's got it.
Now they've got no one to kick to.
Got a loose player wide. Norris chips in. Read it well. It was a poor kick. But they're lacking numbers now across half forward. Peter Evett should have come down and made himself an option.
Wasn't it marvellous by Winmar on the boundary? No space to operate in, and conjured something. Wills, 2.5 minutes to go. The Dockers need to be careful. A goal would secure it. If they're too clever, they could come unglued right here. Wills, plenty to think about from half-back. Hoisted high towards the wing. Reaching over the top. Cook knocks it away from Burton. Clock is stopped at 2:10. So a boundary throw in on the wing. 6 points the difference. Dockers lead. St Kilda have been terrific all night, and they won't go away. Cook and Burton down in front. Smith stolen by Callahan. Consumed about 6 seconds. Another throw in. It's been very hot tonight. Energy sapping. Tough game for the players. But we've been treated to a very competitive match. Cook over the top. Little fumble there by Burke. Burke in trouble as a result. Plenty of company. And the ball up. And the clock continues to run here.
St Kilda needs this possession from this ball up. Get it quickly into the forward line. Smith had it, lost it. Rebound, Smith. Chance for Stewie Lowe. Can he grab it? He's got it. Terrific mark by Stewie Lowe. Gives the ball back to Healy. Long bomb. It's one for the high flyers. Everett sets himself in the square. Couldn't take it. Norrish. That might have been the big chance for St Kilda. Spider Burton goes short to Callahan. Cross half back. Back to Wills. Takes a bounce. Wants to take him on. Kicks back towards the wing. It's a one-on-one contest. Allen was there. Held high. Takes the free kick. Kicks wide. He's looking for Toya. Too much carry on the ball. We've got a boundary thrown. But under a minute left. They've got to get the ball all the way back to their forward line. Maybe that last thrust, when Peter Evett maybe had a chance of taking a mark, was the Saints' last gasp.
Well, who knows? This game has been full of surprises. Burton knocks it down in front. Harvey's got other ideas. Boots it out towards the wing. Lowe, who's played well tonight, valiantly tries to keep it in, but it's across the line. We're down to 39 seconds. A goal the difference. Fremantle lead. Looking to improve their record to 3-2. A loss here, and the Saints back to 1-4. On the wing, Cook and Burton body to body down in front. Wills has been very good in this final term. Pokes it around the boundary. Peckett can't keep it in. Throw in. Dying seconds. 29 seconds to go. That's the equation. Wrong end of the ground for the Saints. Cook again. Burton in front. Tried for clean possession. Young's got it. Gets the hand pass away. What can Nicky do here? Kickett is right with him. And across the line. So something very special required by the Saints. They've got to move it virtually half the ground quickly. They need it clean. Burton in front. Denies them. The hand pass back towards the boundary. Durkay tries to keep it in. Taken by Callahan. And that consumes some time. I think they've weathered the storm. Down to 6 seconds.
Gee, it's important now. You've got someone like Spider Burton in those boundary throw-ins who, just his sheer height, is making it difficult for Cook to get a clear tap away to advantage of his teammates.
It's been a great game and a big effort by St Kilda. But time's going to beat them. And the Dockers have won by a goal. So disappointment for the Saints. 16-11, 107. St Kilda 15-11, 101.